So we need the flour, the flour, the oil for the people that are just coming in. Wait, there's someone else waiting. The flour, the oil, some warm water, a big bowl for mixing, 3 small bowls to mix the Play-Doh. You need food coloring or watercolor, and you need a few spoons to mix, and the salt, okay? So I'm gonna unmute yourself in case you have any questions, and then I'm gonna start demonstration. I'm gonna be using the camera to start, so you are able to see exactly what I do.
Marijuana doesn't have any food coloring.
If you don't have any food coloring, you can use watercolor. If you don't have watercolor, you can just dip a marker into water and let it blend. There's many things that you can use as replacement. The only thing is that with these ingredients that we're using right now, it's edible. If you add watercolor or paint, it's not gonna be edible, okay? That's the only thing that's gonna change. Okay, guys, do you have any questions? I unmute everyone. Ask me questions. Do you have ingredients?
What do I get when I mix red and orange? Is this watercolor?
Red and orange, it's gonna be like another orange.
Oh, I want to do that.
Okay, so I'm muting everyone, and I'm gonna start the demonstration so you can see it and follow it at the same time. I will go slowly so you can do it with me.
Is this watercolor? Mute me.
Okay, guys, I switch now to my other camera where I have my hands. This is what I want you to focus your visual right now so you can follow the path to build your Play-Doh, okay? If you have any questions, just raise your hands and now we'll unmute yourself. So what are we gonna do first? We're gonna get the flour, okay? I got just regular all-purpose flour right here. I put it in a bowl. And in the big bowl, I'm gonna add 6 tablespoons of flour. So let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. Make sure that you fill them all the way to the top, and someone else coming in to fill them all the way to the top, but not too overloaded. Okay, I'm gonna put it like sideways so you can see. So we already poured 6 of flour over here. Can everyone hear me well? Can you do me a thumbs up if you are hearing me well? Awesome, thank you. Okay, for the people just join me, I just poured 6 spoons of regular flour, all-purpose flour in this big bowl. Okay, so start doing it. 6 spoons of flour. Okay, then we're gonna need 3 tablespoons of salt. So after you're done pouring the flour, we are adding the salt. So I have here, I use in my house pink salt, okay? I'm showing you here. I'm gonna start adding 3 tablespoons of salt. So this is 1. In my case, you're gonna see the difference between the flour and the salt because my salt is pink. 2 and 3. I'm gonna make sure to post the recipe in my class page so you don't have to waste time now taking notes, okay? You will have it available. Okay, let me check how everyone is doing. Let me know if you have any questions. Okay, for the people that just joined me, I poured 6 tablespoons of flour and 3 tablespoons of salt. Okay? Okay, when we are done with that, okay, I'm gonna continue using my tablespoon. So I went to the kitchen and got a tablespoon that I use for baking, but if you wanna use just a regular spoon, you can also do it, okay? Now is the time to start pouring in the small containers where we're gonna meet preparing the Play-Doh, okay? By the way, this week, there's gonna be one of the kindergarten classes is gonna have a Play-Doh activity, so you can bring the Play-Doh out that we're gonna make today and you can use it. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, I have the warm water over here, okay? I put it in a bowl and then I warm it up a little bit in the microwave. I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of water in each of these containers. So 1, 2 in my first container, 1 and 2 in my second container. Okay, I'm adding water into the bowls. Remember, we're using 4 bowls. 1 for the dry ingredients and 3 for where we're gonna create the Play-Doh. I have 6 tablespoons of flour, 3 tablespoons of salt, and then in the small ones, I'm adding 2 tablespoons of warm water. Yes, I see that you have a question. Okay.
Where do we put the water?
When we finish mixing the flour and the salt, we start with the water. So we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of water in each of these bowls. Like this. We get a big spoon and we add 2 in each bowl. Yes, I'm coming with a question. Yes, Andrea, unmute yourself. Unmute yourself, Andrea. Okay.
How many spoons of water?
2. We're using 2 in each of the containers. 2 here, 2 here, and 2 here.
Okay. Sandra.
Yes.
Which one is better, this spoon or this one?
That's not a spoon, that's a cup. You need to make sure you're measuring 1 tablespoon.
Okay.
Okay? If you put a cup of water, it's gonna be too much. Talia, I see your hand. Let me look for you. Okay, yes, Talia.
Do we also put 2 tablespoons of water into the big bowl? The flour?
No, only in the small ones. The big bowl is only for the dry ones. Look, if this is all dry, it's just the flour and the salt. And then in the little ones or the small ones, we put 2 tablespoons.
I'm ready.
Okay. So flour and salt in the big bowl and 2 tablespoons of water in each of the bowls.
Okay, now what?
Okay, wait, let me check if there's any questions. Let's go slowly so everyone can clarify questions and go at the same time, okay? So I'm repeating myself. Again here, 6 tablespoons of flour, 3 tablespoons of salt. Then in the little ones, I have 2 tablespoons of water, okay? Warm water. Okay, now it's time to start the magic. So now I need you to choose the colors that you want to use. I'm gonna start with red, and you're gonna pour between 3 to 4 drops of the food coloring in the water. Okay, so I got here the red one. I'm gonna open it, and I'm gonna add 3 to 4 drops. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I add 4 drops of red into my first bowl. Remember, these bowls have 2 tablespoons of water. Then I'm gonna do some blue. So I have here blue food coloring. I'm gonna add 1, 2, 3, and 4. If you want the colors to be brighter, to be stronger, you can add a little bit more drops. I think that 3 or 4 drops is gonna be fine for the beginning. I'm gonna use next the green. So here again into the water, 1, 2, 3, and 4 drops. Okay, so now we have 2 tablespoons of water in each of these bowls with 3 or 4 drops of the food coloring. Okay, remember, if you don't have food coloring, you can replace it with the other type of paints, but then it's not gonna be edible. Okay, make sure to know that before you start adding any type of paints or glitters. Okay, do not put it into your mouth. Okay, the next step is gonna be add a tablespoon of oil. So I'm gonna put the water onto the side because we're not gonna use it right now. I'm gonna dry my tablespoon, okay? And I'm gonna start adding oil. So any type of oil that you have at home, it could be olive oil, vegetable oil, canola oil, avocado oil, any that you use at home. So we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of the oil. So I have my tablespoon here, and we're gonna add the oil into the water here. 1 tablespoon into the water of the red, 1 tablespoon into the water of the blue, and 1 tablespoon into the water of the green. Okay, so in each of the bowls, I add 1 tablespoon of oil. Okay, 1 in the red, 1 in the blue, and 1 in the green. You might have different colors because everyone is using the food colorings that they have at home. That's perfectly fine. Okay, so you remember that we had here in this big bowl the mix of flour and salt, right? Now this mix, we're gonna start dividing it into the small bowls. Okay, so we do the dough. Sorry, this failed. No. 1 second that the camera failed. Okay. Now it's in position again. Okay, awesome. Yes, unmute yourself so you can tell me.
Do we put the oil in the 3 little bowls?
Yes, you're gonna put 1 spoon in each of them. 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. 1 tablespoon. So 1 of the big spoons of oil. Yes, Ali.
How much do we add of the flour and the salt to the
Okay, I haven't reached to that point because my camera fell down for a moment. We're gonna add, that's a very good question. We're gonna split this amount into the same proportions, okay? So you're gonna get your bowl and you're gonna start adding a spoon at a time. So you use your same spoon and you add 1 to your first mix, 1 to your second mix, and you're gonna repeat that until all the flour is gone. Okay, I put 1 in each one. I'm going to do the second one. It's gonna be about 2 tablespoons or a little bit more because we had 6 tablespoons of flour when we started. Okay, we're gonna divide these even, so basically 1 spoon at a time. Okay, almost done. Okay, I did 3 tablespoons already in each of the bowls. I just need you to split it into the 3 bowls the best way that you can. A little bit more here, a little bit more here, and a little bit more here. Please keep the bag of flour close to you and the water close to you. Because as we are baking, okay, when we bake cookies or when we bake a cake or when we bake challah, we always need to add a little bit more of flour in the table to mix, or maybe to a little bit more of water to soften our mix. So it's better that you keep it close to you. Okay, now it's about of mixing. So I brought here 3 different spoons. If you only have one, just make sure to wash it after you finish mixing so you don't mix the colors. So now start mixing your ingredients, okay? This is like baking, like if you were making cookies or a cake. So I'm starting mixing the red one over here. Meanwhile I do it, I'm gonna go over all the procedure, all the details in case you have any questions. So I had in my big bowl flour and salt, 6 tablespoons of flour and 3 tablespoons of salt. Then in each of these small containers, I put 2 tablespoons of water. I put 1 tablespoon of oil. I put 3 or 4 drops of food coloring, and then I split the flour and the salt into these containers. So for me, it's a little bit watery, okay? So I might need to add some more flour, and that's okay. If yours it's too hard already, just add a little bit of water. That's why I told you to keep close the water and the flour, okay? Guys, stop me if you have any questions. Tali, do you have a question? Yeah, okay. Okay, ready.
Is it okay like this?
Yeah, perfect, perfect.
It's a little mushy.
What you're gonna do is you're gonna put, like when we do the challah bread, what you're gonna do is if it's mushy, you put some flour in the table, and then you put the dough in the flour and you keep smashing it with your hands. Okay. I'm gonna show you. For me, it's a little bit watery, so I'm gonna add a little bit more of flour. Okay. Exactly like when we make challah bread, okay? That we put it then into the table and add a little bit more of flour, so we get the perfect texture. You can see that depending on the colors that I use, also was either more smushy or more soft. Okay, I need to add some flour, so I'm gonna start adding a little bit of flour here in my red. 1 more spoon, okay? Basically, this mix works around spoons. So if it's too watery, you can add between 1 or 2 more spoons of flour. If it's too dry, just add 1 or 2 tablespoons of water. Once your mix is mushy, you put it in the table with a little bit of flour like I did over here, and you continue smashing it with your hands until you get the texture that you desire. The idea is that it's a Play-Doh that you can actually play with it, okay? I'm gonna focus right now on one of the colors. To have it ready, I need 1 more spoon of Play-Doh, just in case our time is up. And then when the red is ready, I will move forward to the blue and to the green. That way I can show you the full demonstration in one of the colors. Okay, so this one over here is getting already the texture. I imagine that you could do first as well, adding the food coloring, that you can do the dough and then adding the food coloring, but I haven't tried that way. If you try, just let me know. Andrea, I already unmuted you. You have a question? Okay, so this red that I did over here, it's already like smushy. And it's with a lot of consistency, so I'm gonna put it in the table where I spread a little bit of the flour. Really, guys, I feel like we were doing challah bread. Okay, and now you just use your hands to roll it in top of the flour. If you need more flour, you can continue adding. You might feel a little bit like the small pieces of the salt, that's fine. As you continue playing with it, everything is gonna incorporate, okay? Guys, let me know if you need me to stop, if you need me to review one of the steps, if you have any questions, if you have something to share, just wait at least until you have the first one ready. Okay, you're also gonna start feeling like the oil in your hands because remember we put a tablespoon of oil. I still gonna add a little bit more of flour over here and rub it until I feel the right texture. So how do I know this is the right texture? Because it's not hard, okay? It's easy to play with it, but when I start to pull it out, it's too oily and it breaks apart very easy, you need to add some more flour, okay? So we can always add flour, but we cannot take out flour. So when you go with the flour, my advice is just put it in the table and roll your dough, okay? That's the only way that you're gonna be able to find the perfect texture. If you dip into the flour, into the dough, too much flour and then gets too hard, there's no way to take it out. You can add some water if you need, okay? And now you can start playing with it. So this is perfect texture. I can play, I can pull it, I can put it together again, okay? The oil is gonna help us that the Play-Doh don't get dry. Yes, yes, Ali.
When do you add the water?
We add the water at the beginning. Remember that we put the water first and then the food coloring? The only way that you will add more water if it's your dough is too hard and you want to make it softer. So in that case, if it went too hard and if it had too much flour, then you start adding 1 tablespoon at a time. Otherwise, you don't have to add more water. We are already done with the ingredients. What we're just trying to do is find the perfect balance that we want for that mix, okay?
Mine didn't work out.
Let me see it.
I have 2 only, and
Okay.
it didn't work out.
And maybe you just have to add a little bit more of flour. Just let me see it and I will let you know what you need to add.
Now it's working. Yeah. I just needed to mix it with my hands.
Okay, so put it in the table, pour a little bit of flour, and then put the dough over here and use the flour to make the shape and the texture that you want.
Okay, I'm gonna wash my hands first.
Okay, wash your hands first. Okay, guys, let me see, how are you doing? Let me know if you have any questions. I see that some of you have your camera off. If you just wanna ask questions through the chat, you can also do it, but it will be awesome if we can see what you're doing. That's awesome. I love it. If it's getting stuck into your hands, get a little bit of flour in your hands, okay? Just rub flour in your hands and that will help you to remove the Play-Doh that got stuck in your fingers. Okay, don't add water to your hands, don't go and wash it. Just add a little bit of flour and everything is gonna come out with the flour. Okay, my red one is ready. So if you have them ready, what I think that you still have work to do, get a Ziploc bag, those small plastic bag that has a zipper in the top, put it away and try to take out all the air from that bag and put it in the fridge. That's the best way to put them away, okay? And so that you can use it another day. Yes, Ali, I hear you.
Is this good? Is my nose so good?
You need to add a little bit more of water. So it's a little bit more stretchy. Look mine. If with water is not working, you can add a little bit more of oil. I'm gonna continue with the blue and with the green. I'm gonna be teaching tomorrow a Play-Doh class. So I'm gonna have already these 3 colors for the class. Okay, I have the green here, almost ready. So as I was telling you, the best way to store it is on a Ziploc bag. You close the bag, you try to remove as much as you can the air from the bag and store it in the fridge. That way it will work for a long, long time. If you don't put it in the fridge, it might start growing some mold, okay? So make sure to put it away. Let me see. Yeah, perfect. If you see it too rough, just add a little bit more of oil. Okay, I'm starting to work with the green one over here. I pour some flour in the table. And now I'm working with the green one. Look, if the Play-Doh starts getting attached to your fingers, what you need to do is add flour, okay? With the flour, everything that is stuck in your hands. Yes, David, give me 1 second that my hands are all dirty and I will mute you. If you put the flour, that's gonna help you to remove all the sticky pieces there are in your hands, okay? It's gonna be easier to handle. Yes, David.
I'm done with all my Play-Dohs.
Wow, how many colors you did? Can I see it? Beautiful.
Red, pink.
I love them. I love them. I think my favorite is yellow. I don't know if because the color is really bright.
My favorite is red.
It's red. Beautiful. You did a great job.
Dave, let me see.
Okay, let me see over here. Yes. Okay, what's your question?
Mine is coming out like this.
Perfect. Awesome. If you wanted more stretchy, you can add a little bit more of oil.
We're all set. We're confirmed, okay, for the case. But sometimes I just write it on my card.
It's basically finding the perfect proportions between oil, water, and flour. Okay? But so far, you got it. You got what you need.
You don't need to worry about anything.
I'm going through the different cameras to see if you need my help. If you want to share what you have done already. I have over here the green one, the red one, and now I'm going to the blue one. Okay, here it's gonna be my blue one. So this one needs more flour. I have about a spoon over here, so I'm gonna put it all. Still though, I have water right next to me here, very close. I have oil and I have flour in case we need more, okay? So you can do as many as you want. I'm gonna post in a class page the recipe so you can have it at hand. If you wanna do more colors, just you put more tablespoons, okay? So basically the proportion is 2 tablespoons of flour per each color of Play-Doh, okay? That you just have to count how many colors you wanna do, and based on that, you add it, okay? My recommendation, do 3 colors at a time. That way you have already perfectly the size and amounts of ingredients, and then you can repeat it if you want to create more colors. Yes, girls.
Can I put sparkles because I don't want to eat it?
Yeah, of course. Of course, you can add sparkles, you can add glitter, you can
Are you
add...
put it in the oven?
You don't have to put it in the oven. If you put it in the oven, it's gonna become hard. And we are doing Play-Doh, so we need it to be soft. There is another dough made out of salt that you can put in the oven and create shapes that are gonna be like solid. But this is not the recipe that we're doing today, okay? We're doing Play-Doh. So that's it's gonna stay soft. We don't put it in the oven, okay? Okay, so I already add a spoon of flour here, but I still need one more. I kind of feel that if you switch colors, you also need, the proportions of the flour and the water and the oil kind of change. I don't know why. But the blue was more watery and soft than the green and the pink. Okay, I'm gonna unmute everyone so you can tell me if you like the activity and you can share your thoughts. So everyone is on mute, but please don't start talking all at the same time. I wanna know if you enjoy the activity. We have one more art class to go next Tuesday. If you have any suggestions or ideas that you would like to practice, I'm more than welcome to do it with you. You can send me an email or you can tell me right now. Last week we worked with the Skittles. Today we work with the Play-Doh. And if you have ideas of something that you like for our last art class of this school year, please let me know. Everyone is on mute, okay? So if you have any questions or if you want to share your Play-Doh, just unmute yourself and share with all of us. Okay, I'm repeating the same action here of the blue. So I add 4 drops of the food coloring, and for example, this blue is very light blue. If you like the light colors, the proportion is perfect. I really like pastel colors, so I keep it that way. If you want a stronger mix, a stronger color, you can add some more drops. You could do like 6 drops of each color. At the beginning, some people ask me if they can mix colors. Yes, you can, but please think, okay, what color I'm gonna get with this mix. It's super important. Remember primary colors, secondary colors, okay? Otherwise, if you don't plan it, you might not like the color at the end. So think before you do the mixes. Okay, so my Play-Dohs are done. They're ready, they're soft, they're smushy, they're gentle. I can pull them, I can put them back together. I really like the texture. So outside of the fridge, they're gonna start getting dry. So if you wanna use them at least for a few days, you must put it in a plastic bag. You have to try to take the air out as much as you can of the plastic bag, and you put it in the fridge. Okay, if you don't store it in the fridge, they're not gonna last long. They are always bacteria and contaminations, and this is completely raw. So if we keep it like this, it might start growing mold or fungi. So if you wanna keep it safe, you must put it in the fridge. Everyone is on mute. You have to just unmute yourself. Everyone is on mute. If you have something to share, you have to unmute yourself and you can share. I can see, awesome. You're doing a great job. Yes, girls, you can talk. Everyone is on mute. You have to unmute yourself. Unmute all. All participants are on mute. On my side, you're on mute. Okay.
Do you like mine? with
Let me
glitter.
see it. Yes, awesome. Do you have something to add color? Did you already put the glitter?
I don't have nothing.
Okay, what about a little bit of paint? No? Okay. You know what also you can do? You can dab it with a marker. So if you get a marker and you dab in top of the Play-Doh and then you mix it, it's gonna get the color from the marker. Okay? Awesome. Good job. You're working super nice. Everyone is so focused. No one is talking. Andrea, did you figure it out? Okay.
I mixed 3 colors together and made green.
Perfect.
Like a light greenish. I don't know what color that is.
Awesome. Do you guys like the activity? Everyone is on mute. If you want to talk, you have to unmute yourself. You can't unmute all. Everyone is on mute. All the participants are on mute. You have to unmute yourself on your end.
There, I'm here.
Okay. I hear you.
My Play-Doh is this blue one,
Uh-huh.
this yellow one that I made.
Beautiful.
I just finished.
Beautiful. I love them. Amazing. So remember that you can add water or flour as needed to give the perfect texture, the texture that you want to have, okay? And when you're done, you just put it in a Ziploc bag. You just take out the air as much as you can and put it away in the fridge so you can use it any other time that you want. As I told you, tomorrow my kindergarten class is going to have an activity with Play-Doh, or tomorrow or Thursday. So I'm already having 3 colors ready.
So in the book, when you make Play-Doh, it doesn't dry for 6 months.
Yeah, if you put it in the fridge, it can last up to 6 months. That's true. Awesome. Okay, guys, if you don't have any more questions, what about ideas for next class? What you would like to do for next class? It's our last class. Any ideas? Would you like to do some flying? No? What would you like to do? Okay, I'm gonna figure it out, some fun and cool activities. I hope that you like the class. It was so nice to see you. Thank you for coming. Stay safe and healthy, and see you next Tuesday, okay? Bye, guys.